A pleasant morning to everyone. My name is Jeff Luis M. Guevara. So today, I am going to discuss the chemical bonding and formulas. Assign two elements. So the elements that are assigned for us is oxygen and chlorine. Group number in the periodic table. So here is the model of the periodic table. As you can see, the group was placed at the top and there are 8 groups. Group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And the period, there are 7 periods. Period 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, the element number 1 is oxygen. The oxygen is placed at the group number 6A period or of 2. Next. The element number 2 is chlorine. The chlorine is placed at the group number 7 at the period of 3. Lewis dot symbol. So here is the Lewis dot symbol of the oxygen. As you can see, at the elements, they are surrounded by the dots, which represent the Lewis dot symbol. So as you can see, there are 6 electrons surrounded by the elements. Next, the element chlorine is surrounded by 2, 4, 6, 7 electrons. So as you can see, this is the model of the Lewis dot symbol that are combined and oxygen and chlorine. Metal or non-metal. As you can see in this periodic table, they have different colors. That different colors represent a different kinds of metal or non-metal. So as you can see in this periodic table, it contains different colors. Those different colors contains a different labels. So first is the metal. As you can see in the periodic table, the colors of the metal is purple. So this purple part of the periodic table represents the metal. Next is metalloids. Metalloids. In this periodic table, as you can see, there are few numbers of metalloids, which represents the pink part of the periodic table. Next is the non-metal. The non-metal in the periodic table, as you can see, the turquoise part of the periodic table represents the non-metal. Oxygen is a non-metal and chlorine is a non-metal, which is located at the right side of the periodic table. The chlorine and oxygen. Next, since our two elements or compound is both non-metals, so our expected bonding types is covalent bond. A covalent bond is a process of sharing electrons of both elements. So here, transfer or share electrons. The two elements are sharing electrons together. Next is the bonding process. So let us apply the process of covalent bonding. So here, as you can see, the chlorine, oxygen, and chlorine are together. So, on the next process, add unshared electrons pairs around each atom so that the octet rule is obeyed, is as many atoms as possible. As you can see, the model here gained a lot of dots. So that is the first part of the bonding process, which is they shared electrons together. Next is the Lewis dot symbol of the atom. After the bonding process, as you can see, the oxygen and chlorine are combined together. And this represents the Lewis structure. They are surrounded by the electrons. Each element contains their electrons in their respective parts. Number of atoms involved in the bonding process. As you can see, there are 2 elements of chlorine and there are 1 element of oxygen. Chemical formula of the product. The chemical formula product of the dichlorine monoxide is the name of the product. The combination of 2 elements of chlorine and 1 element of oxygen is called dichlorine monoxide. So is the product a molecule, a formula unit, or a compound? So the dichlorine monoxide is a compound. Calculate the following formula. Formula mass of the product. The oxygen equals 1 times 16.00 atomic mass unit is equals to 16.00 atomic mass unit. The chlorine is equals to 2 times 35.45 atomic mass unit equals to 70.90 atomic mass unit. So here, we were able to add the 2 elements and the sum of the 2 elements is 86.90 atomic mass unit. That is the formula mass of the product. Next is the molar mass of the product. The molar mass of the dichlorine monoxide is 86.90 grams because the molar mass of a compound in grams is likewise numerically equivalent to its formula mass in atomic mass unit. Next is the number of moles of the 64.0 grams of the product. So moles, OCl subscript of 2 equals to mass over the molar mass. So 64.00 grams over 86 and 80 over mole. So we were able, in this process, we were able to divide mass of the 0.20 moles of the product. So here, the mass in grams, OCl subscript of 2 is equals to molar mass times the number of moles is equals to 86.80 grams mole times 0.20 moles. So the mass in grams, OCl subscript of 2 is 17.38 grams. Importance and uses of the product. So dichlorine monoxide has many uses. First is the chlorinating agent. Next is deactivating aromatic substrates. Next is reducing ferric oxide to an iron. And I hope you learn a lot from this video.